Russell Lance Fairfax was born in Sydney in 1952, and by the late 1960s he was already a prodigy in both rugby codes. At Matraville High he dazzled as a schoolboy international, pulling on the green and gold for Australian schoolboys tours to South Africa and New Zealand. That promise carried through into the senior ranks, making his debut in 1971 against France at Toulouse, playing fly half outside John Hipwell. Between 1971 and 1973, he was awarded 8 caps for the Wallabies, mostly as a fleet-footed fullback with the swerve, sidestep and courage to match his blonde-haired flair. In 1974, Fairfax made the bold, and for many, heartbreaking decision to jump the fence to rugby league by signing with Eastern Suburbs. The move, driven by financial demands because of Union's strict amateur rules, stunned the rugby world, but thrilled league fans. From his first season, Fairfax lit up the SCG. Under coach Jack Gibson, the Roosters stormed to premierships in 1974 and 1975, and the golden-haired fullback became as much a crowd magnet as the team's success. His style was instinctive, unorthodox and unforgettable, running angles that seemed impossible, fielding bombs with ballet-like grace and splitting defences with that famous swerve and sidestep. Yet, at the peak of his powers, misfortune struck. A shocking broken leg in the 1975 AMCO Cup saw him miss that year's grand final victory, robbed him of the chance to become a dual international and blunted some of his brilliance. Even so, moments of magic kept coming, like his famous kick-and-chase try in the 1977 AMCO Cup final, a reminder of what might have been. However, Fairfax's trademark wasn't just his football, it was his hair. Long, golden, flowing locks cascading down past his collar at a time when rugby league was still buttoned up in short back and sides. That hairstyle caused one of the most infamous sideshows in Roosters history. In the mid-70s, Fairfax and teammate Ian Schubert were refused entry to East Leeds Club because their hair was too long. Imagine that. 2 premiership heroes, the faces of the club, turned away at the front door for looking too fashionable. The scene summed up the culture clash of the era, conservative club traditions colliding with a new wave of free-spirited athletes who weren't afraid to stand out. For many fans, that hair became as iconic as his sidestep. It was a statement, a rebellion, and a touch of rock and roll injected into rugby league. Fairfax closed out his playing career with a season at South Sydney in 1981 before turning to coaching, briefly, at East in 1989-90, and then into the media, carving out a long career as a Fox Sports journalist. In 2014, he survived major brain surgery after a serious injury, showing the same courage he had displayed on the field. Though he has faced lasting health effects, his legacy as one of rugby league's great entertainers remains untouched. Russell Fairfax wasn't just a footballer. He was a cultural icon of the 1970s. He brought Wallaby class to rugby league, won a premiership with the Roosters, and gave fans moments of pure magic. But he also symbolised a changing era in sport, where players could have long hair, flair and personality and still be champions. Fairfax will always be remembered as the golden-haired boy of Bondi, part footballer, part rock star, and entirely unforgettable. I'll leave you with that thought.